Mahilig ba kayo sa abubot? Kasi kami, sobrang sobrang hilig namin sa abubot na wala talaga kaming kahit anong tinatapon sa bahay, to the point that we even made a business out of those scraps and anik-anik that we found at home.
So we'll tell you the story of how Common Room started, but told through the eyes or representations of the abubots that we have in Common Room.
Okay, so ano ba ang gagawin natin today?
Abubot shopping!
Yes!
Yay!
But, hindi lang siya basta abubot shopping. Okay? Lalagyan namin ng kwento yung mga abubot. Hindi lang siya random. Ilalagay natin siya dito.
Pupunuin natin to. Meron pa space.
May
Dito
space
sa
ba?
kabila.
May space ba?
Yeah, so at the end of this episode, ang goal natin is we'll decorate or add on more charms to our abubot bag. Pero ang difference niya is lahat ng mga abubot natin will actually create the whole story or i-represent niya yung story ng Common Room and how we started, ano yung mga milestones natin represented through charms, and lalagyan siya dito.
So, here we are at our ultimate abubot area. Pop Junk Club.
Our OG baby.
Yes. Para sa mga hindi nakakaalam, actually, Common Room page started with Pop Junk Club. So, Pop Junk Club is our baby. 17 years ago, we put it up. And we wanted to help out in the family business. And wala kami masyadong budget. Kailangan namin maghanap ng abubot na meron kami sa bahay. And eventually, we turned them into keychains and trinkets and made a business out of it.
Yes, nung time na yon, parang ang capital lang namin, 5,000 pesos. And the easiest materials that we can grab onto were the leftover toys, mga old toys, mga Lego blocks, mga sira-sira naming beads. And yun na lang talaga yung pinaglaruan namin to make our very first set of products. And from there, it grew, and now we have
Common Room! Samahan nyo kaming maghanap ng mga abubot.
Yes, we'll go through the shelves of our partners. Feeling ko mahirapan tayo maghanap ng mga abubot kasi ang daming abubot here. But it will be fun. Let's go!
Okay, may napili kaming best abubot to represent how we started in Pop Junk Club. So, Ate Maan, what is our first abubot?
Nung time na yun, major DIY talaga. DIY to the point na kami talaga gumagawa lahat. Mga items, pagbili, and all. Kami rin nagtatahe, nagbebenta, at nagde-deliver. That's why our very first abubot is by RC Draws. This acrylic keychain is an MRT. Acrylic chain ng MRT.
Sobrang memorable ng mga MRT rides namin dahil maminsan, ubos na talaga lahat ng money namin, pinambili namin ng mga kung anik-anik para sa aming mga anik-anik sa bahay. So, ang matitira na lang ay yung mga siomay sa MRT
station. Tapos yun yung pinaka-afford natin. When we started, parang we really embraced the dirty jobs that went along the business. So, mahirap talaga siya for us nun.
Dahil nagsisimula pa lang talaga kami, nag-MRT kami nagbubuhat ng mga bulak namin. Mas malaki pa sa amin yung mga binubuhat namin. We didn't have any staff, we did everything
On our own.
Naalala
ko pa na usually since kami yung bumibili, lalo na pag Pasko, ang dami na nating dalang mga bags. So may mga certain MRT stations na hindi kami pinapapasok kasi kailangan nilang kalkalin yung bags. So ginagawa namin, lilipat kami sa ibang station, magkukommute pa tayo sa ibang station. Baka makalusot yung gamit natin. So yeah, very reminiscent of our Divisoria run.
So, if you are struggling and if you're having a hard time juggling everything and you feel like nothing's working for you, you feel like you don't have enough resources to expand your business, huwag kayong mag-alala. Nag-start din kami dyan and sana kumapit kayo long enough.
Yeah, and siguro at this point in time, kung ano man yung stage, you'll think na, sana I have this, buti pa sila, may staff, buti pa sila, may studio, ganyan-ganyan. Pero maybe look at the things that you already have, like work with the things or the resources that you have and be creative with it. Kasi I think kung ano yung meron kayo, marami na kayong magagawa doon at this point in time. Eventually, pag lalaki kayo, mas dadami yung resources nyo, mas maraming capital nyo, and you can do more with what you already have. But for now, just do what you can with what you have. So, from Pop Junk Love, talo naman tayo sa isang abubot that will represent the origin story of Common Room.
Okay, so, sa ilang taon namin doing Pop Junk Love, eventually, we were able to, save up after a decade. Doon lang kami nagka-chance to open up a store, a small kiosk for Pop Junk Love, and from that small kiosk, we were able to have the courage to look for our own physical store in Katipunan. This one is a keychain by Stranger Tin. It has a paper crane, scissor, and bloom sa likod. So, very representative siya. Sobrang dami niyang symbolism na nakaka-relate kami. Kasi when we saw a space in Katipunan, we felt like it was too big for our small business Pop Junk Club. It was 70 square M. So, that's when we decided to invite fellow makers that we met in bazaars, etc., in art fairs to help us fill the space. And that's how we started Common Room. And bakit etong keychain na to is perfect? Kasi on our first store, we put up a lot of cranes. Parang gusto namin pakita na it's not just us, it's a community of different makers. And up to now, the Common Room stores would still have that symbolic flock of cranes na makikita nyo. Meron din siyang flower, so it blooms sa likod. So, it feels like we've been in a bud for such a long time, and yun talaga yung ultimate wish namin, to be growing and eventually have our own store, and to actually share it with other people. What a great growth milestone for us as a small business from Pop Junk Club.
And now, I think yung pinaka-next milestone natin or abubot that we want to represent when we really got serious with Common Room and we started expanding or opening our branches. So this one is made by Ellie Ang, Danger in Design, and it's a pin that says, "Creativity takes courage." I think it's very fitting kasi nung time when we were expanding Common Room, when we would open up different pop-ups and all, medyo baguhan pa rin naman kami sa business eh. Kahit na 10 years na kami nagbabazar, setting up your own store is a totally different ballgame altogether. Maraming takot that came along with that.
Talagang sobrang perfect. Creativity takes courage. Kasi sobrang nakakatakot dahil ang dami namin hindi pa alam at kailangan malaman agad, kailangan matutunan agad para sana yung talon na gagawin namin ay hindi naman break moment for us and also for the community na we also welcomed.
I think you also gain confidence from competence because pinagdaanan mo yung mga mistakes, pinag-aralan mo siya. There are lessons to be made from every mishap or challenge and from the experience that you gain throughout the year. So, you gain confidence with that. And even if you are confident with what you are doing, it doesn't necessarily mean na mamawala yung takot. But you can do things while you're scared. Sabi natin kanina, every small business naman is faced with a lot of challenges. No? So, I guess for Common Room, what was the biggest challenge? And ano yung abubot na mag-represent dun sa challenging moment na yun in our timeline?
I guess hindi lang natin to biggest challenge, Ate Maan. Challenge siya ng lahat ng tao in the world. I guess it was the time we were hit by the pandemic. Yung pa rin yung biggest challenge namin. Yeah. Kasi at the time we have 4 stores and we just opened our biggest store in Ayala Bay. And just a few months after opening, kung saan nilabas namin lahat ng meron kami. After a few months, the world closed. Lockdown. So I guess the trinket that represents that difficult phase for our small business is this Creepy Cuties by Holograph Peach. Ang sobrang nag-help sa amin ma-survive yung pandemic is just trying to look forward always.
What's after the pandemic?
After a year of pandemic, bakit after ng first 2019, baka 2020 okay na, tapos hindi pa rin, baka 2021 okay na. Very symbolic yung eye kasi saan kami magfo-focus. So looking for things that we are still grateful for, things that we still have. Tumitingin kami sa future na hindi pa nangyayari. Very hopeful pa rin na matatapos din to and mas malaki yung mawawala sa amin if we close this community, if we choose to close now. Are we going to focus on the fact that now we're really struggling to the point that we need to close down Common Room and just save ourselves? What kept us going is just looking for other things to focus on.
Yeah, and interesting din na mata kasi parang we were really forced to look at our business from different perspective. Na parang, are we just limited to being a retail store? So we really had to beef up our online. Nagkaroon kami ng studio because we closed Katipunan. We were able to invest in a studio, a warehouse. So it really shifted how we looked at our business na parang maybe before masyado tayong nag-hyperfixate on just retail that we overlook the other aspects of the business.
It's also a wake-up call for us that we can be more than just we were offering pre-pandemic. What is our fifth abubot, Ate Man?
This fifth abubot is this one. This is by Pop Junk Love. Our small brand. It's still a small brand. What's different with this abubot is kaya siya patches because these are actually made out of the scrap materials and felt cloth that we have from our bigger plushies. Kasi hindi po talaga kami nagtatapon ng basura and we had to find ways to use the scraps. That shows a lot about the kind of direction that we are going for, not just for Pop Junk Club, but for Common Room or Mess Studio. We want to be more mindful, more intentional makers. We want people to create with whatever scraps or materials that they have at home. I think when they're making more intentionally, mas nagkakaroon ng story or meaning yung mga ginagawa natin. And it's hard because I think moving with your next phases in whatever creative journey you are, you need a lot of heart.
Hindi natin pwedeng tanggalin yung relevance ng mga abubot sa mga taong gumagawa ng abubot at sa mga taong nakaka-appreciate ng abubot. Abubot is self-expression also. For the makers themselves, it's their entry to making a career out of art when there's lack of support na hindi subsidized ang paggawa ng art. Hindi lang sila pwedeng maging artist. Kailangan nilang maging business people so that they can put food on the table. So again, hindi natin matatanggal yung importance ng abubot sa buhay ng shopper and sa buhay ng mga maker na gumagawa dito. Ano ang storya ng business mo? Why are you making? And what do you use to make? And why are you using those to make? Gamitin natin!
Yes, so ito na yung mga abubots natin to represent ours. So, what's really nice about yung mga trinkets na abubot is a lot of people will have different meanings for them kasi it will speak to them in a different way. They resonate or appeal to you in so many ways.
Hopefully, you can visit us without the need to rush. Sana tapos na yung gift shopping nyo and you're just shopping for yourself and looking for a abubot that resonates with you. And hopefully magawa nyo yun as a form of self-care for you. And I hope you find that time to just really check out our stores. We have different branches in Metro Manila. We have branches in Power Plant Mall, Ayala Malls, Manila Bay, Alabang Town Center, UP Town Center, and the Atrium of Makati. Happy abubot shopping!
Yes!
Bye! Merry Christmas!